Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 12 based on novel. So let's start. The moment the soul lasher appeared, the head elder's eyes widened as he looked at the whip. There was a flash of shock in his eyes. This is. No, the aura is different, it only looks similar. The soul lasher extended to 100,000 feet, and popping sounds echoed as all 8 ancient thunder dragons were hit by the whip. They let out painful roars and were about to charge once more when Wang Lin grabbed the whip and began lashing out like crazy. The soul lasher came from planet Suzuka and specialized in damaging the origin soul. No matter your cultivation level, as long as you were in soul form, you would have to despair before this whip. It was impossible to escape it. Even the heavenly ghost was unable to escape. It would be caught trembling. At this moment, Wang Lin held it and whipped non-stop. The 8 ancient thunder dragons roared intensely but were unexpectedly unable to get close. They were pushed back by the whip. As they retreated, the parts where the 8 ancient thunder dragons were hit by the whip seemed to burn and showed signs of melting. Wang Lin was spirited, and without thinking, he poured his cultivation into the soul lasher. The whip gave off a ghostly glow and golden light came from the broken part of the whip. When the head elder saw the golden light, his expression changed greatly. There was even a trace of fear in his eyes. This golden light? This golden light? Could this item really be? Impossible, that whip was taken away, how could it be in his hands? It's impossible. I want to see what this imitation whip can do. Ancient Thunder Dragon, devour for me. The head elder stared at the whip, and his hands formed a seal as he spat out blood once more. The blood spread to the 8 ancient thunder dragons and they let out violent roars. They no longer retreated but charged forward. Wang Lin took a step forward and quickly moved the soul lasher in his hand. A thrilling battle began between him and the ancient thunder dragons. The ghostly light from the whip lessened and was gradually being replaced by the golden light coming from the broken parts. A moment later, the 8 ancient thunder dragons seemed to go crazy as they gave up on Wang Lin and charged at the whip. The head elder had a hideous expression as he stared at the soul lasher and yelled, "Ancient thunder dragons, explode, explode, explode." As the head elder roared, the 8 ancient thunder dragons trembled, and one of the dragon's body began to rumble. The sound of the thunderous rumble was impossible to describe, and thunder scattered from its body, forming a thunderstorm. It wasn't just one ancient thunder dragon exploding, but in a short period of time, 8 ancient thunder dragons had exploded. The 8 thunderstorms spread out. They were powerful enough to destroy all life within a star domain. The storms charged directly at Wang Lin. At this moment of danger, the soul lasher in Wang Lin's hand lashed out like crazy, but the storm was too strong. For the first time, the soul lasher was not strong enough. Countless cracks appeared on the whip, and as popping sounds echoed, the tip collapsed. Wang Lin's body was covered in blood. At this moment, the head elder relaxed a bit, as if he had confirmed that the whip wasn't what he expected. As he relaxed, killing intent filled him once more as he rushed forward. He was going to cooperate with the thunderstorm to kill Wang Lin. Die for this old man. The head elder instantly closed in with a grin. He raised his hand and was about to slam down. However, just at this moment, a shocking change occurred. Wang Lin struggled inside the storm formed by the 8 ancient thunder dragons. His ancient god body was about to collapse and his origin soul was seriously injured. His eyes were bloodshot and he let out a sigh. At this cultivation level, he wasn't strong enough to fight a 5th Heaven's Blight cultivator. He was about to activate the charm to head to the 7 million worlds when shock filled his eyes. A glaring ray of golden light came from the collapsed soul lasher, and in an instant, even more golden light spread out. This golden light contained an indescribable aura, and even the ancient thunder dragons inside the storm seemed to pause. Even the world seemed to stop, making it seem as if someone had used the stop spell. All sound seemed to disappear from this world, and all the rumbling from the thunder disappeared. Everything beside the golden light and the aura from the whip seemed to disappear. Inside the golden light, the 100,000-foot soul lasher shrank and continued to silently collapse. As layers fell off, the golden light coming from it became even more dense. In just a moment, the 100,000-foot soul lasher shrank until it was only 10 feet long. The last piece of leather on the whip was torn off, then a shocking change occurred to the whip. At a glance, it didn't look like a whip, but a ray of light. A ray of golden light? It was as if someone had extracted light from the world using a powerful spell and condensed it into this 10-foot-long golden thread. An indescribable pressure came from the golden thread. Wang Lin was holding this golden line. At this moment, his mind trembled and he had an illusion that he was holding millions of souls in this hand. These souls and light were fused together with a strange spell to form the soul lasher, which was specialized in damaging souls. A sense of enlightenment vaguely appeared in Wang Lin's mind. Wang Lin held the 100-foot golden line and gently waved. The golden line twisted like a snake and whipped toward the storm formed by the ancient thunder dragons. The moment the golden line whipped out, it extended indefinitely. 1,000 feet, 10,000 feet, 100,000 feet. This golden line extended endlessly and directly cut through the thunderstorm surrounding Wang Lin. The thunderstorm rumbled and immediately collapsed. As it collapsed, the souls of the 8 ancient thunder dragons were split in half, and they let out mournful cries. They began to dissipate and were about to return to the ancient thunder realm that had disappeared a long time ago. The head elder's eyes were filled with monstrous terror. The moment the golden line appeared, he rapidly retreated but was still hit by it. He immediately coughed out blood as he quickly retreated, and he exclaimed, This! The million-world soul-sealing whip was taken away back then. It should never have reappeared in this world. Who the hell are you? Where did you come from? Why do you have the treasure of the leader of that group cultivators that helped the ancestor back then? The terror in the head elder's heart reached a limit. He had personally seen that whip before. Back when the ancestor was still around, he was only a soul formation cultivator. He personally saw the leader of that group of cultivators wield that whip. With one wave, the world collapsed and time seemed to reverse. A giant rift appeared in the world, and within that collapse, the 7 million worlds appeared. He also saw that cultivator waved the whip a second time, which opened the void, and from the darkness, the whip took countless creatures. These creatures were put into the 7 million worlds. They were the first residents of the 7 million worlds. He also saw that when the cultivator took out those creatures, an angry roar came from the void, then a terrifying aura that he still remembered well came out from the void. A illusory figure rushed out with the roar. However, that figure that terrified him collapsed when the mysterious cultivator whipped a third time. They already left, they took the whip and left. Why did the treasure of their chief reappear once more, and in his hands? Unless this is the ancestor's spirit at work, sending this person here to give me the million-world soul-sealing whip. The head elder was filled with endless greed. Wang Lin had no time to think about what the head elder was thinking. At this moment, his eyes released a strange light. His heart pounded as he looked at the 8 torn-apart ancient thunder dragon souls that were being pulled back. These are ancient thunder dragons. Although they are only souls, they are still real ancient thunder dragons. Back then, I only devoured half of one. I can't give up this opportunity. Wang Lin's eyes shined brightly. The souls were about to dissipate, and once they disappeared, he would never have such a chance again. At this moment, he couldn't bear to think about anything else, and a vortex appeared between his eyebrows. His origin soul rushed out of it. His origin soul was an ancient thunder dragon, but at this moment, it expanded greatly like boundless fog. Wang Lin was only able to devour half of that ancient thunder dragon because back in planet Suzaku, Wang Lin had become a soul devourer. A soul devourer could devour any soul in the world. Although Wang Lin hadn't used its power in a long time, today he would use it once more. Devour, 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 devour these 8 ancient thunder dragons. Devour them and my power of thunder will increase greatly. Wang Lin's mind gave off this maddening whirl. His origin soul moved under his command and began devouring. The ancient thunder dragon souls that were about to dissipate trembled, and a portion of them were devoured by Wang Lin. At this instant, Wang Lin's origin soul surged like crazy and thunder rumbled. His power of thunder had never increased like it did now. This scene caused the head elder to become gobsmacked, and his eyes widened with disbelief. He could have never dreamed that Wang Lin would dare to could devour ancient thunder dragons. How can this be possible? The 8 ancient thunder dragon souls were torn into pieces and were rapidly dissipating. However, as Wang Lin inhaled, 30% of them were absorbed by him. The moment the ancient thunder dragon origin souls entered his origin soul, the thunder inside his origin soul surged. The thunder inside his body roared and turned into silver snakes 100 feet wide and 1,000 feet long. The popping sounds that they emitted sounded like whips lashing at the sky. An indescribable thunder might came from Wang Lin's origin soul. It was heaven-shattering. All lightning, all thunder, and everything related to thunder formed rapidly inside Wang Lin. He seemed to vaguely grasp something, but everything was still a bit blurry. The thunder essence hidden inside his origin soul began to expand like crazy. It was like a beating heart, and every time it beat, the thunder essence would grow, giving birth to more essence energy. What was even more shocking was Wang Lin's origin soul. When he devoured half an ancient thunder dragon in the demon spirit land, his origin soul turned into that of an ancient thunder dragon. Then, over the years, it gradually transformed and formed thunder essence. His origin soul was now almost a bolt of thunder. However, this was still almost. His origin soul hadn't really become a bolt of thunder. Right now his origin soul began to change rapidly. It was constantly evolving to become a true bolt of thunder. The ancient thunder dragons he had devoured were causing his origin soul to move toward completion. Before this, even though his origin soul was on the same level as the eternal thunderbolt in the Scatter Thunder clan, he was only on the same level. There were still differences in strength within the same level. However, all of this was rapidly changing. Wang Lin's understanding of thunder was being confirmed tens of thousands of times. His origin soul let out a roar as it turned into a soul devourer and inhaled once more. The world changed colors, space trembled, and countless spatial cracks appeared. All the remaining ancient thunder dragon souls were inhaled into Wang Lin's origin soul. At this instant, Wang Lin's origin soul moved like crazy and condensed from its fog form. A terrifying power of thunder essence came out of his origin soul. The moment this aura appeared, the thunder lake around the Scatter Thunder clan retreated and surrendered. As the aura spread, the eternal thunderbolt in the holy land of the Scatter Thunder clan let out a heaven-shattering roar for the first time since the battle began. This roar seemed to come from ancient times and seemed to carry an indescribable pressure. This roar was like a challenge issued by the eternal thunderbolt after it detected something that could threaten it. As Wang Lin's origin soul shrank, his thunder essence aura spread out. In an instant, blinding thunder came out of it. As his origin soul continued to shrink, the fog disappeared and a giant thunder tattoo appeared from within the fog. The moment the thunder tattoo appeared, a pressure no weaker than that of the eternal thunderbolt spread out. The world trembled and space itself collapsed, and the rumbling of thunder was heaven-shaking. The spiritual thunder rotated rapidly around the thunder, forming this thunder tattoo. Although this sounds slow, it all happened in almost an instant. The head elder was stunned at this sudden change. He had never heard of anyone being able to devour ancient thunder dragons. However, a powerful sense of crisis erupted in his heart. He vaguely felt like something bad was happening. The roar that came from the eternal thunderbolt seemed to be rushing the head elder. I can't let him continue. I must stop him, or else it will be a disaster for my Scatter Thunder clan. The head elder had a hideous expression, and he became sober. He let out a roar as he rushed toward Wang Lin. However, just as he closed in, the thunder tattoo formed by Wang Lin's origin soul retreated and landed between Wang Lin's eyebrows. His origin soul returned to his body and a rumble came from within him. Every fiber of his muscles, every inch of his bones, and even his internal organs were filled with the power of thunder. It was as if he had reincarnated into thunder. The thunder mark flashed in his right eye and the essence thunder appeared. It was 10 times stronger than before. As the head elder closed in, Wang Lin waved his right hand. Thunderous rumbles echoed like crazy from all directions. A fine net made of thunder appeared around Wang Lin. This thunder net contained Wang Lin's will and couldn't be broken unless he was facing a thunder cultivator who could compete with Wang Lin in terms of thunder essence, otherwise, there was no chance. As he waved his hand, more and more thunder nets appeared, forming layer after layer. Soon, 10 layers, 100 layers, 1,000 layers, 10,000 layers. 70,000 layers. The head elder suddenly closed in with his hand reached forward, displaying his fifth heaven's blight cultivation. He ripped apart tens of thousands of layers of this thunder net, but they instantly recovered. Right now I need to find a safe place to go into closed-door cultivation and devour this. I can't continue my battle with this person. Wang Lin quickly retreated, and the charm leading to the 7 million worlds appeared in his left hand. Seeing Wang Lin retreat, the head elder seemed to have gone crazy, and the sense of danger in his heart became stronger and stronger. I can't let him escape. The head elder coughed out blood and turned into a bolt of blood thunder. The mark between his eyebrows flashed and thunder gathered in that bolt of blood thunder. The blood thunderbolt struck down on the thunder net. Thunderous rumbles echoed across world and 60,000 of the 70,000 layers of thunder net instantly collapsed. However, just as the head elder was going to rush in, the 60,000 layers instantly recovered. The head elder's entire cultivation was thunder-based, and in this battle against Wang Lin, he held the advantage at the start. However, Wang Lin's thunder essence had increased greatly, so he could not confront Wang Lin. If it was any other fifth heaven's blight cultivator, killing Wang Lin would be much simpler. However, this wasn't the case for the head elder. He and Wang Lin were both thunder cultivators, so they were competing in their control over thunder. At this moment, Wang Lin was retreating even faster, and the charm in Wang Lin's hand made him feel ill at ease. He didn't have too much time to think, and he revealed a decisive gaze. A fifth heaven's blight cultivator was certainly not only limited to what he had shown before. A fifth heaven's blight cultivator was the strongest power under the third step. After reaching this cultivation level, you were far stronger than fourth heaven's blight cultivators. However, the premise was to use the spell that was unique to fifth heaven's blight cultivators. Life spell. To sacrifice your own life and use your own vitality to use a spell that contained a hint of the third step. This was the real reason fifth heaven's blight cultivators were the strongest under the third step. The head elder had never had to use this before in any of his battles. He didn't have much vitality left and had to keep his cultivation sealed so that the vitality would be drained more slowly. He had to struggle to survive long enough for that chance to enter the third step. However, he couldn't think about it too deeply now. Killing intent appeared in his eyes as his right hand pointed at the sky and he shouted, "Sacrifice to the heavens! As a slave to the eternal thunderbolt that descended in my clan, I sacrifice 500 years of my life in exchange for a divine body. I request the holy thunder to descend on my body and turn into the invincible chaos thunder." The head elder's voice contained a strange tone. After he spoke, his mark released a blazing glow. A giant compass vaguely appeared in the world. This compass was boundless, and one could easily see it by looking up. Even if one was outside the Scatter Thunder clan, they would still clearly see it. This compass contained an ancient aura, and it was damaged in many places, as if it had almost collapsed in a great war. However, when it appeared, a powerful pressure descended. This pressure was very strong. The moment it appeared, it caused the 70,000 layers of thunder around Wang Lin to give off a sound that made them seem like they were at their limit. Wang Lin's expression also changed as he stared at the compass, and his expression became serious. His right hand holding the charm also slowed down. He wanted to see what this mysterious compass was and how powerful a fifth heaven's blight cultivator's spell was. After the compass appeared, it silently rotated. As it rotated, time seemed to pass and the world fast-forwarded countless years. The head elder's face turned pale as if a portion of his soul was cut off. Death aura filled his face, but the death aura instantly dissipated. When that disappeared, so did the large compass. It was as if the compass had absorbed enough vitality and had disappeared. After it vanished, a bolt of thunder seemed to break off from the eternal thunderbolt at the Holy Land and shot toward the battlefield. In an instant, the portion of the eternal thunderbolt suddenly arrived. As the Scatter Thunder clan's head elder roared, the thunder descended on Wang Lin's 70,000 layers of thunder-like divine retribution. The resulting thunderous rumble was heaven-shaking, and the 70,000 layers of thunder collapsed instantly. Even though they recovered instantly, they instantly collapsed once more and a powerful thunder might descended. Wang Lin's pupils shrank, and he didn't hesitate to crush the jade as the eternal thunder closed in. A black vortex suddenly appeared behind Wang Lin. He took a step back and instantly disappeared. The eternal thunder chased into the vortex. The head elder hesitated for a bit, but seeing that the vortex was about to disappear, he didn't have too much time to think. He charged into the vortex. The moment Wang Lin entered the 7 million worlds through the charm, a net of light appeared before him. This net of light provided protection, allowing Wang Lin to retreat even faster. The eternal thunderbolt immediately slammed into the net of light and a thunderous rumble echoed through the 7 million worlds. The net of light flickered rapidly and then collapsed. The moment the net collapsed, the tens of thousands of Scatter Thunder clan members in the 7 million worlds all bled out from their orifices and died. Daoist Scattered Spirit had captured every Scatter Thunder clan member here after Wang Lin left. He didn't kill them but sealed them into the net of light to act as a shield. At this moment, this net of light collapsed and all the Scatter Thunder clan members here died. The eternal thunderbolt also trembled. The protection from the net was very powerful, causing the eternal thunderbolt to lose a lot of power. It was about to continue chasing Wang Lin when an illusory figure walked out. Daoist Scattered Spirit stepped out from the void with a mysterious gaze in his eyes, and his right hand grabbed the eternal thunderbolt. Thunderous rumbles echoed across the world. Daoist Scattered Spirit's clothes fluttered, popping sounds came from his body, and he coughed out blood. However, he held onto the eternal thunderbolt. It continued to weaken but still didn't collapse. Wang Lin stopped retreating and charged out. His right hand formed a fist and he threw a punch without hesitation. Thunder came out from his right eye, forming a net of thunder. Daoist Scattered Spirit let out a roar and squeezed it harder, causing the eternal thunderbolt to weaken even more. Then he let go, and at that moment, Wang Lin's punch and thunder landed on this piece of the eternal thunderbolt. A thunderous rumble echoed, and thanks to their combined attack, the eternal thunderbolt collapsed. A powerful shockwave caused Wang Lin and Daoist Scattered Spirit to retreat. All of this happened in an instant. As they retreated, the head elder appeared not far away. The moment he appeared, his expression changed. 7 million worlds. He immediately saw Daoist Scattered Spirit, and his pupils shrank a bit. Daoist Scattered Spirit looked at the head elder and slowly said, "Scatter Thunder Clan's head elder, do you still remember me?" The head elder had an extremely serious expression, and with his intelligence, he immediately understood everything. This Wang Lin wanted to lead him here but feared his suspicion and began a battle. Then he escaped at a critical moment so that he would chase him into the 7 million worlds, wanting to finish Wang Lin off. Once he entered the 7 million worlds, he would enter the other party's trap. However, his cultivation was heaven-shaking and was only second to third step cultivators. Although he knew that Wang Lin must have been prepared, he didn't panic. He looked at Daoist Scattered Spirit and frowned slightly. "It's you. That ain't from back then. If it wasn't for me letting you live, you would have died to the divine retribution." Although the head elder seemed to be unfazed, he was extremely shocked inside. He recognized this person and couldn't imagine how such a person could appear among the ants in the 7 million worlds and reach such a cultivation level. Yet no one in the Scatter Thunder clan had found out about it before. This kind of thing was beyond his imagination, and he couldn't understand how it had happened. However, now that he discovered it, he had to kill this person. Daoist Scattered Spirit smiled. There was monstrous resentment in his eyes as he stared at the head elder and said, "I have lived to this day to break through this world and destroy the so-called celestial realm your Scatter Thunder clan claims to be, and kill you." The head elder sneered and waved his hand. As he did so, he moved forward and coldly said, "What nonsense! Even if the two of you join forces, You're not my match. With a wave of his hand, the world rumbled and endless thunder appeared before the head elder. It turned into countless balls of thunder that shot toward Wang Lin and Daoist's scattered spirit. Daoist's scattered spirit grinned and revealed a hint of excitement and madness. He had endured for countless years, suppressed for countless years, hidden for countless years, and today he would finally be able to let it all out. His hatred for the celestial realm and the Scatter Thunder clan made him laugh loudly. Today, I, Scattered Spirit, will get revenge for generations of my clan that died to yours. I want to kill the celestial. He stepped forward, and his hands formed seals and swung to the side. This old man has traveled the 7 million worlds over tens of thousands of years. I have circled the end of the world and have left behind footprints over all 7 million worlds. This allowed me to gain enlightenment in a self-created spell. 7 million celestial slaughter stamp. As Daoist's scattered spirit's mournful voice rumbled, the 7 million worlds rumbled as if it was awakening. Countless illusions appeared around Daoist's scattered spirit. There were too many fragments. They were densely packed and spread as far as the eye could see. However, if you looked closely, you would find that they were exactly the same as the 7 million worlds here. This was Daoist's scattered spirit's great spell. He was extremely talented, and he had used his divine sense to imprint the 7 million worlds into his mind. Then, over the countless years, he refined this imprint so he could simulate the 7 million worlds. This was similar to when Wang Lin imprinted the sea and celestial door into his mind. However, what Daoist's scattered spirit had imprinted was the 7 million worlds he lived in. Even the edge of the world was imprinted in his mind. The moment this spell appeared, the world changed colors and the clouds scattered. The boundless fragments of the 7 million worlds formed a storm and surrounded the head elder. They immediately shrank to form a miniature 7 million worlds. Seal. Daoist's scattered spirit roared, and the fragments shrank, forming a giant seal. The head elder's expression changed. If it was just Daoist's scattered spirit, he wouldn't consider him a threat, but right now there was also Wang Lin, who he dreaded a lot. Although Wang Lin hadn't attacked, his gaze was like a blade locked onto the head elder. The head elder couldn't be distracted. His eyes were filled with decisiveness as he was about to use his fifth Heaven's Blight spell to kill both of them immediately. He felt a faint sense of crisis, making him believe that if he kept being stingy with his vitality, it would be too late. After making up his mind, his hands quickly formed a seal and his clothes bloated up. His long hair moved without any wind and an extremely powerful cultivation erupted from his body. I'll let you all see the true power of Fifth Heaven's Blight cultivation. I sacrifice 1,000 years of my life in exchange for the heavenly thunder clouds. Thunder cloud formation. The head elder's mark shined brightly, and with a bang, the giant compass appeared once more in the 7 million worlds. The compass silently rotated, then the head elder's face immediately turned pale and became hideous. He raised his hand and clouds began to appear from the void. It only took a moment for boundless clouds to appear. The clouds churned, and large amounts of thunder were hidden within them. The thunder moved within the clouds as they collided with each other, creating rumbles, each one louder than the last. This thunder became more and more violent until it replaced every sound in the world. The sound waves rippled out from the clouds like crazy. These ripples were formed by the head elder's thunder cloud formation. They would affect the blood and mind of a person, causing their body to collapse and soul to shatter. The thunderous rumbles echoed like crazy. Wang Lin's body trembled and he coughed out blood. His hands formed a seal and the wind and rain world appeared around him to resist it. Daoist's scattered spirit's face also turned pale as he waved his sleeve and coughed out blood. The blood fused with the illusion's 7 million worlds, and it began to shrink rapidly, getting ready to slaughter the head elder trapped within. The ripples from the thunder cloud formation became even more intense when they confronted the shrinking 7 million worlds, resulting in a heaven-shattering rumble. Rumble, rumble, rumble. As the 7 million worlds illusion rapidly shrank, it collapsed, but it also created a powerful shockwave. This caused the thunder cloud formation to become chaotic, and a large portion of it disintegrated. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he took a step forward. He raised his right hand and mercilessly pressed down. The moment his hand pressed down, the world in his eyes suddenly flipped. Heaven reversal stamp. Flip the sky to become the ground, flip the stars to become the void. The entire world reversed and the world in Wang Lin's pupils rotated. The heavens were reversed. At this moment, the illusion of a world appeared and reversed. Thunderous rumbles echoed and the head elder's expression changed greatly. He waved his hand and thunder clouds appeared below and above him as he tried to hold on. Daoist scattered spirit's eyes lit up and he charged out at the head elder inside the reversed world. His hands formed a seal and 971 marks appeared around him as he charged forward like crazy. Wang Lin's eyes turned cold with killing intent and he raised his left hand. The war spirit print appeared in his mind and he pushed forward. A huge palm print appeared and shot at the head elder. This palm print was like the heavens itself, and it contained endless power. It caused the pupils of the head elder to violently shrink. This video will end here.